All right, Ranger fans, for those of you that have been living under a rock all day or just waking up, obviously David Quinn has been released of his duties from the New York Rangers, including his entire coaching staff, minus Benoit O'Leary, because of course he is a godsend to this team. Thankfully he's still around. He's just a whole nother story on that. I don't think this is exactly surprising. I don't think this is a shocking move. The writing was pretty much on the walls once Gorton and JD were released. Dolan's preaching that he wants the window to be wide open, and Quinn wasn't the guy that was going to bring a cup to this team. A lot of fans, for some reason, think he was supposed to be the end-all, be-all, the start, middle, and end of this franchise or this rebuild, and that's just not the case, and it never was the case. I think a lot of people that are asking for Quinn to be fired had that kind of a mindset. I don't think they realize how important his teaching is going to be to this team going forward. A lot of guys have played some of their best hockey under Quinn. Kakko looked better this year. Strome is a whole different player. Buchnevich is a whole different player. Look at Ryan Lindgren, who was thought of as an aftermath piece in the Rick Nash to Boston trade. Adam Fox is developing right before our eyes into another Brian Leetch. Keandre Miller looked great all season. It's not that he didn't do what he was supposed to do. He did. And now it comes the part where you have to make a decision. Is he going to be the coach that leads them to the promised land, or is he the coach that was doing what he was supposed to do? I don't know who they're going to be replacing Quinn with. I know the names out there are pretty scary, especially Tortorella. I don't want him anywhere near this team. I don't want his body throwing in front of pucks, whatever you want to call it, style of play on this team. Content would be interesting, that's for sure, but I don't think he's the answer. I know a lot of people out there want Patrick Waugh for whatever reason. I don't think he's an answer. He had a great first season in Colorado, kind of went downhill from there. Plus, he's kind of psychotic, kind of makes me a little nervous. Mike Babcock's name's been coming up, and that's just another story that we're not getting into, and he shouldn't come anywhere near New York. There's no one really out there that jumps out to you. I know a lot of people are thinking Brindamore from Carolina is just going to sign if Dolan throws more money at him. I don't think that's happening either. He's very happy where he is. He just wants to make sure his guys gets paid, which is fantastic from a head coach. It leaves bottom of the barrel guys. I not technically bottom of the barrel, but nobody really excites you. They're definitely not going outside the box. They need somebody with some kind of an NHL pedigree that has a proven track record. Leave some names like Gallant, Torts, Rick Tocchet. There's not many names out there, and it kind of concerns me. And this is the point I was trying to make way back when I first started calling people out for wanting Quinn fired. Who do you want to replace him with? Who is going to come in and do a better job of leading this team than Quinn this season? I don't think there's a name out there. People are going to throw Knobloch out there. I don't think he's going to be part. I don't think he's going to be head coach. He may be part of the team if the new head coach that comes in wants him as an offensive coordinator. I don't think he'll be head coach, though. Again, he hasn't had a proven track record in the NHL. I will say my sneaky potential head coach could be currently employed by a team. And if said team goes one and done again in the playoffs, I think he may be released. We don't know. That would be, of course, the head coach for the Pittsburgh Penguins, Sullivan. He would be a great grab, I think. But other than that, there's no one out there that really jumps out to me. If it was my choice at this point, I'd probably say Gallant. Only because of what he was able to do in Vegas, but his short tenures in all of his teams kind of makes me nervous as well. So it's going to be an interesting situation to watch as it evolves. I do want to say, I think if Tortorella comes back, all this Chris Drury is running the team is nonsense bullshit, and they're blowing smoke up our asses because that's a total Dolan move. He's a Dolan boy. Nobody else really likes him. So we'll see. We'll see what really the answer is here. Again, this all kind of happened once JD and Gorton got fired. I don't think this path would have been followed had that not happened. I'm still firmly behind the reason they got fired. It was not performance. It was all because of the statement, but we'll never know the full story on that. But like I said, we'll see. I think some names may pop up as this starts evolving more. I don't expect this to be a done deal before the end of the playoffs. I think this will stretch into the summer. I think they're going to want to do their due diligence and make sure they get the right guy to lead this team to a cup. I don't think they want to be down this road again in 2 years. So we'll see. I mean, like I said many times before, the summer of New York Rangers has officially begun, and it's going to be fucking wild. Stay tuned on this channel for all breaking news throughout the entire summer. You can also find me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. Email me, BroadwayBlueBleeder.com. We're going to have some articles posted there. And Monday's episode of Monday Musing should be very interesting. It's going to be jam-packed. I'm going to go into some details about this move, more thoughts on it, and some of the past moves that have happened that I haven't been able to get into. So keep an eye out for that. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, just like, comment, and share the shit out of this. Let's have a good summer, boys. Let's go Rangers.